Hello, friends, and welcome to today's episode. Doctors took a new baby away from his mother right away, before she could even see him. Because of how the baby looked, they wouldn't let her see him. Instead, they wanted to talk to her first. Even though they brought up the idea of leaving him behind, the mother made up her mind right away to keep her kid. Doctors and staff were shocked when Ryan Hudson Peralta was born without normal arms and legs. They took him away from his mother and told her there was a problem they needed to talk about before they could bring him in. Doctors told Hudson Peralta's mother that he was born without arms or legs, so it would be acceptable if she decided not to keep him. But his mom never thought about leaving him behind. Instead, she told him that she wanted to be with him right away. Hudson Peralta was born with a condition called congenital limb weakness, which affects about 1 in 1,900 babies in the U.S. There is no known cause for the illness, which is a shame. Hudson Peralta's arms and legs are a lot shorter than normal, which has made it hard for him to move around since he was a kid. Professionals at the hospital thought Hudson Peralta would never be able to live a normal life. They thought he would never have a regular job, go to a regular school, drive a car, or have a family. Since then, more than 40 years ago, Hudson Peralta has shown that everyone was wrong. He said, "My parents treated me the same as everyone else and always pushed me to try new things. I learned early on that I couldn't change how I looked, so I decided to own it and be proud of it." Hudson Peralta never let his illness keep him from going after his dreams. He went to a regular school and finished. He then got a job as a web designer and started his own family. But it wasn't easy for him to get where he is now. He knew his life wouldn't be like everyone else's, so he had to figure out how to get through it on his own. "My confidence didn't grow overnight," he said. "I have taught myself to be happy all the time." He also liked showing people they were wrong. Hudson Peralta met Carrie in 2000, when he was 20 years old. Carrie was the woman he would later marry. They hit it off right away, and he knew that she was the woman he would spend the rest of his life with. Hudson Peralta was always the same person to Carrie, and the two of them got along right away. Soon after they became friends, they started dating. Hudson Peralta became like a father to Carrie's daughter, Miranda, when the two of them got married. Noah, who grew up without any problems, was also born to them. "My kids are my whole life," Hudson Peralta said. "They inspire and push him to be the best version of himself all the time." In the same way, he has been a great father who has taught them important lessons and changed how they see life. Contrary to what some people may think, Hudson Peralta can do many things on his own, like eat, drive, and go to the bathroom, without needing help from others. "Many are shocked that Carrie is his wife and not his caretaker," he said. Even though some people may be surprised by how his life turned out, Hudson Peralta always knew he would fall in love. Even though he was disabled, he was confident around women and didn't think he'd be old and alone. Hudson Peralta can also thank his parents, who never gave up on him and always believed in him. Since he was born, they have been his biggest fans and have tried to raise him as normally as possible. Hudson Peralta is a great husband and father, but he is also a web designer with his own site called Look Mom, No Hands. He speaks at schools, events, and several Fortune 500 companies as an inspiring speaker, which takes him all over the world. He said, "My life is proof that you can live a normal life even if you were born without arms and with short legs." Valerie, Justin, and their daughter Gabriella, who was also born with the same problem, were some of the people who were moved by Hudson Peralta. Gabriella's legs are too short and she doesn't have arms, but she is still a happy and kind young girl. She moves around the house on her own, just like Hudson Peralta. Hudson Peralta also went to see Matthew and Casey, whose son Owen was also born with problems. Matthew says that his son gets excited when Hudson Peralta comes over because the young boy can see a role model in him. Hudson Peralta knows that kids like him will fail a lot, and that even though it's hard, it's an important lesson for them to learn. He also knows that technology can help people in similar situations live better lives. He talks to parents about the tools that is available and the different ways to move around, like writing with the chin and shoulder. The most important thing is to always keep going. Hudson Peralta hopes to work with furniture companies one day to come up with ideas that are accessible to people with disabilities. He also wants to be on TV and in movies so that people like him can see someone who is like them. People with similar problems, like Victoria Bueno, who was born without upper arms, have been able to get through hard times. Even though she was sick, Bueno didn't give up on her dream of becoming a dancer. She, too, had to deal with abuse and hard times, but she never gave up. Later, she took the US stage by storm with a perfect dance performance. That's it for today, friends. Please let us know what you think about this story. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon for more amazing stories.